Hey, what's going on? It's Jason Lucchesi, and welcome back to the No Flipping Excuses channel. I am so excited that you're here with us today. We've got some amazing content to hop into, but before I do that, I'm alongside Mr. Jason Palliser. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I love talking about foreclosure, so I'm pretty pumped about this. Let's rock and roll.
Absolutely. And before we hop in, if you are back to the channel, thank you so much for being here. If you're brand new, this is your first time watching us, welcome. Make sure you become a subscriber today. Click that red button and make sure you click on that notification bell and give us a thumbs up for this video. And after we start sharing the information we're going to dive into here momentarily, you're going to want to get into the comment section below. We're going to want to continue the conversation well after this video is done. So, recent article that just came out from Adam Data. U.S. foreclosure activity continues to climb in Q1 2023. And one of the things I highlighted here that I wanted us to go over is a total of 65,346 U.S. properties started the foreclosure process in Q1 2023, up 3% from the previous quarter and up 29% from a year ago. So, Jason, let's hop into this. Let's discuss this so people at home know how to figure this out, how to, start using this information in their area. But before we do that, so top areas, California, Texas, Florida, New York, Illinois. So that's your top five. Mm-hmm. How does this resemble a little bit of, 2007, 2008? Because California was up there, Texas was up there, Florida was up there, New York. Illinois is kind of a weird one, but I think we both know that state's kind of ran into the ground, so I'm not surprised. But Arizona was on there back in 07, 08 with the home values, going up like crazy, but Illinois replaced it. So what do you have to say about this data that just came out? Let's workshop this for people that are listening.
Yeah, so like you said, foreclosures are on the rise. To me, it's pretty simple. When we had the shutdown, right? Shut down, people couldn't work and you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. I remember being on a flight with 5 people on it right after all that stuff happened. So one of the big things that came out of everything that was happening with the pandemic stuff is that all of a sudden all these states, governors, you name it, I'm like, what is going on here? They're like, hey, if you've been financially irresponsible, and now we have this, and we're telling you can't go to work. So they're kind of creating the problem. Then they said, hey, sorry about creating that problem, but what we're going to do is if you're in a pickle, we're going to go ahead and put a stay. Means, hey, we're not going to do it right now. We're just going to put it aside for later on foreclosures. And so then all of a sudden when it was supposed to be, hey, for 6 months, we're not going to put you to foreclosure. And so folks, as you're listening here, what happened is that then all of a sudden when it was starting to come due, they're like, we're going to extend it because things are still bad. And we're going to extend it again and again. Well, people got used to
not paying their bills,
and they knew that they weren't going to foreclosure. So literally, it started to exacerbate the problem. And now all of a sudden it's been long enough to where they're like, okay, we've given you enough time to where if you had some financial strife, you've had plenty of time to try and figure this out. And sad to say, a lot of Americans haven't done anything to plan for when all of a sudden they say, hey, we're going to go ahead and open the floodgates again. So if you're on the chopping block as far as foreclosure goes, we're not going to do anything to stop it. So banks have been in a holding pattern. Think of all the negative effects that have happened. So people aren't making their payments. The banks aren't getting paid. Their ability to lend more money out because they have all these delinquencies shrinks. So people are like, well, I can't even go get financing. Well, you kind of created the problem yourself. And now all of a sudden, when all those restrictions are lifted, I am absolutely not surprised that foreclosures are skyrocketing, right? It's an opportunity for us as investors to come in and help where people, again, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people took that to their advantage and were irresponsible with it. There's still, like I always say, bad things happen to good people, right?
Right.
And
Go ahead.
oh, so there's other people there that have, legitimate reasons that they're not going to be able to make their house payment or pay their bills. And whether they're irresponsible or whether they've got real problems pop up that were unforeseen, this is our opportunity as investors to help those homeowners in the marketplace. And when they're on the rise, you should become a pro in this individual lead source sandbox.
Oh, I agree. And we have this link for this article. It's below. So if you want to take a look at it, you can, because there's some cool graphs on here from Adam Data. Now, we're not anywhere close to where we were back in 2008 as far as like foreclosure filings, but still, it's something that you need to keep an eye on, because as a real estate investor, like the big things that we tend to focus on is tax delinquent properties, probates, and pre-foreclosures. Those are pretty much our top three that we really like to focus on, because they always yield the best results. And we can also help people out drastically with those buckets that we focus on.
Yeah, they're the highest levels of motivation.
They are. And, just to kind of bring this to light a little bit too, the one thing that I would tell you is nationwide, 1 in every 1,000 to 459 housing units had a foreclosure filed in Q1 of 2023. So it's nothing crazy, but here's the thing, that's nationwide. So there's some really stable markets out there.
Yeah.
Like Illinois is 1 in 762. Delaware, 1 in 812. New Jersey, 1 in 8 of 24. Maryland, 897. And Nevada, 1 in 947.
So here, if you're listening to this, equate it, like do some quick math. If it's 1 out of every 1,100, whatever, now take your city population.
Oh, it's crazy.
My city population is 400,000. Okay, we'll divide that by 1,000, blah, 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 that Jason just said. You look at the article, and that's potentially, if you're just averaging it out, that's potentially how many pre-foreclosure opportunities in your marketplace that you could be talking to those homeowners about being a solution for them. Hey, it's not that many, one ever thought. I get that, but when you actually divide that out by your city population, now all of a sudden you take a look back and you're like, oh wow, that's 493. If I'm just doing the average, that's 490 something people that are pre-foreclosure in my area where I want to invest. And like you said, it's on the rise.
Well, the other thing too, Jay, is this report that we're seeing on the Adam Data website is it could break it down into cities too. So if you're in Fayetteville, North Carolina, it's 1 in 526. And like they've got quite a few on here too. So there's a very big opportunity here as far as going and talking to people, because when a mortgage foreclosure judgment has been filed, a lis pendens, notice of default, that means the person has been behind by at least 3 payments. So 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. On that 91st day, usually that's when the bank calls their attorney, says, hey, we need you to file this in the county, make sure it's recorded. And then what happens is a notice of default or lis pendens letter gets mailed to the owner of record. And then what really happens from there is when that letter gets to them, they go into panic mode. Yeah. And what happens with a lot of people, if you've seen our video on zombie properties, it turns into a zombie property because people go into shutdown mode. They're like, oh crap, I'm not going to be able to get out of this hole.
Yeah,
what do I do?
I'm not going to be able to fix it. So they preemptively move on.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where you come in. So what does that mean to you? If this is happening, here's what it means to you. Okay. It means that you simply need to take the time to find out, where do I get a list of all the pre-foreclosure filings in whatever cities or counties you're going after? It's public data, folks. And what you need to do is talk to each one of those like your life depends on it, right? Not all lead sources are created equal, okay? And when a bank is filed legally for foreclosure, they basically are saying, I'm done with you. We've called you. You gave us the situation you're in. We might even have been a little bit flexible with you, but obviously you're showing us that it's going a different direction. So we're done with you. And since we know there's laws in place, we're going to go ahead and legally do what we need to do to let to let the rest of the world know, hear ye, I am hereby done with you, and everybody needs to know it. And in 60 days, 90 days, whatever your state is after you file the gestation period before it ends up going to foreclosure. So think about this. Let's take a step back, investors. What does that mean for you? It means massive opportunity. So what do you need to do? You need to take the time to find out where to get all the public filings for pre-foreclosure.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you also just need to look up on Google, takes you 60 seconds. What are the rules once a bank files for foreclosure in my area? Do they have 30 days and then they foreclose on the homeowner? Is it 60 days or 90 days? That tells you how much time you have to contact these homeowners and be a solution for them. And like Jason said, they put their head in the sand. Yeah. They're in this spot because they've already exhausted all efforts. So instead of having them end up with a foreclosure, that's where you can step in and say, hey, before all this happens, I'd like to talk to you about what the situation is, and let's work in reverse and see what we can do to solve it and relieve pressure in different areas. Hey, we might be able to help you move. We'll certainly be able to potentially put cash in your pocket. You won't end up with a foreclosure on your credit report, which means we can build your credit back up faster.
Yep.
You can't do that if you don't have the list. You don't know how much time you have, and you may waste time going after people that have already lost their house if you don't know how long before it goes to foreclosure once they file. So those are two important things that I would be attacking, and not all lead sources are created equal. By law, they're losing their house. That just explodes the level of motivation.
And Jay, a big tip that I want to add here is not every lead source that you come across is going to be quality data. It's huge, and it's important that you understand that. Main reason why.
Did you just say huge like Donald Trump?
I did. I don't know what's going on. In the beginning, I was doing this
it's
as
huge.
Well. Because he talks like this too. He has this like little triangle thing. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, maybe it's being.
What was in your coffee?
Today.
Holy cow!
I don't know. It's in the water. Maybe it's this Indiana water.
Whatever it is, it's probably huge.
But I wouldn't recommend that you go through like maybe a prop stream or a connected investors. I would double check your area, because here in Indiana, we're a non-disclosure state. So finding a list source that provides quality data like that is extremely rare to find. You have to go down to the county yourself and get that information. And then they could share it with you so you could do it from home if you want. So I would call the county, have some conversations with them, get in the feel of what they're looking for. And on this link to this specific data source that we're talking about today from Atom Data, it goes over all 50 states. All 50 states will tell you exactly where your activity is at, and this will continue to rise, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Not like it did back in 2008, but it will continue to be on a steady rise. So I would highly recommend, for those paying attention to this video right now, which you should be, start going out, making it known in your county that you're looking for that information. Start talking to the homeowners to see if you could offer help. Don't pitch benefits. Be a problem solver, and you're going to see some amazing results on your side.
And some of the clients that we've trained, coached, this and that, they've taken this as one of their flagship lead sources.
Absolutely.
You should make it your life's mission to be world class in this lead source sandbox on helping homeowners multiple ways, because it's going to happen every month. Bad things happen to good people every single month, and this can be a constant flow of you helping people. So I just need you to know and understand that this is one that you should focus on. There's other lead sources that we close 1 out of every 40 or 50 that we talk to. Some of these lead sources, it's 1 out of every 15 or 20. Vacants, 1 out of every 45. Blah. I can go down the list because we track it all. But pre-foreclosures, when we actually talk to a homeowner in pre-foreclosure and we talk to them the right way, we're closing 1 out of every 8 to 10.
Yeah,
so
easily.
This is a lead source that you can make a full-blown living off of.
Absolutely. And if you would like additional information on how you can go about attacking pre-foreclosure leads in your market, drop a comment below. Let's continue that dialogue, and we'll be able to communicate with you and let you know about additional training videos that we have that's free on our YouTube channel. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you click the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. You'll get notified of when brand new videos are released, and you'll be able to catch them right away. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. And like I said, drop a comment.
Yeah, drop a comment. And look, if you like what we're providing for you, because it's our mission to help every investor in America in all 50 states, then share this. Share it. Click to share the link and share it with other investors that might also be looking to do some of the similar things that you're doing. And let's grow this community. The more we help each other, the more we all benefit, and the more people in the marketplace that we can help.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah. Share it. Put it on LinkedIn, put it on Facebook, put it on your socials. Would love to support you by doing that as well. Would love to connect with you on all the socials as well. But other than that, on behalf of Mr. Jason Palliser and myself, we will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye now.
See you later.
Hey, go grab a copy of our brand new book. We'd love to put this in your hands. The Art of Flipping Deals. You could go grab your copy today at theflippingbook.com. Make sure you head on over to theflippingbook.com. We'd love to get this in your hands today and show you exactly how you could get free exclusive inbound leads in your business today. Make sure you head on over to theflippingbook.com. Take care. Bye.